How can a boy from a little-known town of Orsha shape the education system of so much of the developed world? Hello, I'm a developmental psychologist, and today we are discussing Lev Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky was born in the same year as Jean Piaget, in 1896, in the small town of Orsha in Russian Empire, into a banker's family. Both of his parents were well educated and spoke several languages. Even though Lev Vygotsky grew up with 7 siblings and 3 cousins in the same house, his education was carefully planned. For his elementary education, he was sent to a private teacher, Solomon Ashpitz, who would only have exceptional children. This teacher had a unique ability to stimulate thought process in his students. When Lev turned 11, his parents had lived in Gomel for a few years now, and Lev's father became a prominent and influential figure. As one of his charitable acts, he personally funded the construction of the city's public library. At the same time, Lev began attending a public school in the city. For the last 2 years of his schooling, Lev transferred to a Jewish gymnasium. After completing school, Lev Vygotsky was admitted through the meager 3% quota for Jewish students to one of the country's most prestigious institutions, the State University of Moscow. Initially, his parents insisted on him pursuing a medical degree. However, a year later, he transferred to the law school, although his true passion lay in the history of Jewish culture. He eventually dropped out of the law program and graduated from a municipal university with a major in history and philosophy. Throughout his childhood, Vygotsky was an avid reader, with Tolstoy and Dostoevsky among his favorite authors. His most cherished book was Shakespeare's Hamlet. For his graduation thesis, he wrote a 200-page research paper on Hamlet, which was published as Psychology of Art long after his death. During the time of his graduation, the country was in a state of civil war, with the overthrow of the Tsar and the rise of the communist regime. In 1919, Vygotsky contracted tuberculosis of the lungs. In 1924, Lev Vygotsky attended Second All-Russian Psychoneurological Conference in Leningrad. Today it is St. Petersburg. After which, he received an invitation to become a research fellow at the Moscow Psychological Institute. During the same year, Vygotsky married Rosa Simhova, and the couple went on to have 2 daughters. They relocated to Moscow, where he lived for the next 10 years. In the summer of 1925, he traveled to London to attend an international conference focused on the education of deaf and mute children. On his way back, he traveled through Germany and had an opportunity to meet with some German psychologists, including a notable figure, Kurt Lewin, a pioneering psychologist renowned for his work in social psychology and his development of the concept of field theory. Despite his progressing illness, Vygotsky continued to work while in and out of the hospital. In 1934, at the age of 37, Vygotsky passed away. In his relatively short life, marked by civil war, persistent anti-Semitism, and debilitating illness, he left an incredible legacy to the rest of the world, encompassing concepts like the zone of proximal development, sociocultural theory, cultural mediation, internalization, and many more. To learn more about Vygotsky's theory, please watch my other video. Bye.